No? Okay. So just in regards to the ACSIHAG program, in a document that was circulated earlier today, perhaps just explain this to me, it said that that there was, just over $570 million worth of funding proposals, $53 million was available, but the selection process was still open? Is that correct?
Oh no, the selection process has been completed.
Yep. Okay.
There was an ACSIHAG funding round as part of the big grants round. So we're at a point of offering funding agreements.
Okay, so how many applications were received? In total, how many applications were received for that funding program?
So, Senator, the round was specifically focused, it didn't cover the entire range of what ACSIHAG funds. Yeah. It was focused particularly on projects. Mm-hmm. So we were looking for the sector and other interested parties to come back to us with innovative approaches and to try different models that perhaps we hadn't tried before, but it wasn't focused on service delivery.
Okay.
So there were 864 unique applications. Yep. From 618 organisations.
Mm. Yep. Okay. Have any of the successful grants been announced yet?
So, Senator, we're in the we recently sent out the funding agreements to the successful providers, and we're waiting for them. So some of them will now have returned allowing those agreements to be executed. Yep. Which is a terrible term in that sense, but they have another few days to get those agreements back to us. Once the agreements are executed, it gets published on our website, and I think some of that communication was discussed during the general grants discussion.
So how many, because of course the number of projects that have been successful could be different from the number of providers, because a provider might have two successful projects. So how many projects have been successful, and how many providers have been successful?
I've got the number of successful organisations now. I'll have to check whether that differs from the number of. Okay, there were 54 successful organisations and 64 successful grants. So there is some double up in it. And so some organisations were successful more than once.